I probably created like an additional scene with that, honestly. I created an additional scene. Dude, no way. No way, dude. No way. Uh, no way, man. Not gonna lie, that's frustrating, man. It is definitely frustrating. Okay. All right. All right. So it's frustrating. All right. This thing basically does what it wants, apparently. Okay. It just seems like this thing just upstates the charts randomly, and I don't understand why it does that. All right, so I don't know, that's kind of frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's what I needed. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. For some reason, Top Step X keeps resetting, deleting my drawings and resetting it and doing all kind of crazy stuff with it. And I don't understand why it's doing that, honestly. Okay. So for the NQ, what I may start doing is, I mean, the DOM doesn't even really work on the NQ for real. And it's taking up space, so what I may start doing from now on is just keeping the charts up for the NQ, because NQ trades level to level. But we'll definitely keep the DOM up for the ES because it's more accurate. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. So I had to redo everything with the charts. Good thing I know what I'm doing, or I would have been pissed that I lost all my ranges and everything else. But that's why I would never use Top Step X as my main tool. I would just only use it here because it's very convenient for the stream. However, the deleting of drawing tools, especially on a trading chart, is very crucial, and that really shouldn't happen. I will also keep a third chart open with the NQ like this. You can see that these golden levels have definitely shown to be very accurate. You can see that they're lining up. You can see that if you caught this golden fib on Friday, if you caught this, shit, I have to use price action for this. I took the risk thinking that if the market traded above this high, then I was going to be wrong. So I took this short, but if I had this fib up and just took the trade on the golden fib, I definitely would have been very profitable. Even if I wouldn't fib the fib, this right here is like a 100-point move almost. This is almost a 100-point move if I wouldn't fib the fib. So we'll be definitely using this during the stream. It does seem that this tool does line up, and we'll be using it. And once we run out of fibs, we'll just find a new fib, a new move to anchor off of. And you can see that this lines up right here perfectly. It's unfortunate that Top Step, or at least I can't put as many fib levels on this thing as I want. That's a shame. But anyway, let's get started. Okay. All right, so let's get started. All right, so let's look at what kind of news that we have tomorrow. So tomorrow's definitely going to be light. Tomorrow's definitely light tomorrow. I do want to point out that tomorrow we were supposed to have CPI. However, they moved CPI to Wednesday. So actually, let me just do this week. Yeah, so usually we get CPI on Tuesdays. However, for some reason, they're releasing CPI on Wednesday morning, or FOMC Wednesday, the same day that Jerome Powell was supposed to be making his Fed rate decision. My assumption is that come on Wednesday, they're going to release the data for CPI. If they're releasing CPI on the same day as Jerome makes his rate decision, this actually may come in bad, or it may show that inflation is accelerating faster. That's going to be my assumption. And obviously the market is going to react to this news. And once we get this data release, Jerome Powell is going to be asked about this CPI release. And depending on what Jerome Powell states, the market can either disregard whatever this or however this data release reads, or it's going to add fuel to the fire. What's highly likely to happen, in my opinion, is that this is going to show that inflation is increasing, as we all know. It's not rocket science. And then Jerome Powell later on is going to say that, you know what, we're going to have bumps in the road, and this one data release is not going to be a determining factor of when we decide to cut rates. And once Jerome Powell states that, this CPI release or whatever it says is not going to be relevant anymore, and the market is going to continue to trade how it wants to trade. That's what I believe is going to happen. That's what's most likely to happen, because they don't usually do this. And so there has to be a reason. And on Thursday, right after FOMC, we have PPI. So these 2 days will shake the market up, but it really doesn't matter how or what the data says. What we focus on in this trade room is the reaction to the news. We will trade the reaction to it. Once we get to Friday, we really don't have anything. We have the Fed monetary policy report, but this is the same week that we have FOMC. So I highly doubt that. I mean, the market will react to this news, but I don't think it will be a over exaggeration. Okay, and with that said, let's hop into a Nasdaq chart. So today we definitely we was testing out the tool today. We did get some good results. We did ended up positive. I did take a short. I did short this off stream. Unfortunately, a lot of these setups are happening before the stream starts and after the stream ends. I did provide for guidance after the stream. I did say to look out for price to return back to this 955 level. Where was it at? Yeah, right here. I actually took this short. I got out at 55 and I was able to catch this other short, and I got out literally at the bottom. I was actually targeting this range right here. I originally was targeting for price to come back and test down here in 1910. And once I saw that the bulls were holding this area off and not breaking through it, I did close this position. I will say that at the time, it was a very hard close because I thought that the market was going to trade down here. Because I felt, what's the point of breaking structure to the downside if you're just going to go back up and tap right back into this area? But I trusted the charts on this one. I closed this one out, or I started to trail my position. I got stopped on the way up. And once I looked back at the charts and saw that it basically retested this high again, I was kind of glad that I didn't get out, or I did get out, or at least started to trail my position. But I did provide this 955 level to the stream today. And if you caught this on the way back up, congratulations on that trade. But let's talk about what happened. So basically, price basically rotated around this range. You can see that price came back to this area where we got this breakout. This is where the bears found support, or the bulls found support, and was able to push price right back up into this area of resistance. And you can see that the bears have tried, or the bulls have tried once, twice, 3 times to take it above this range right here. And they failed every time. And now the market is making its way back into this range, into this neutral area. Now here's what I'm looking for. I am looking for the market to break down to the downside. Honestly, I believe that the market is actually going to grind down lower the entirety of tomorrow's session. The reason why I'm saying that it may grind down the entirety of the session is based on the structure. Right now, price is trading in a range. However, it's having a hard time breaking out above this range. And because it's having a hard time breaking out again above this range, my initial assumption is that they're trying to protect this high. So if they're not going to take out this high, the only logical thing for the market to do is to make money to the downside and to take out these lows going downward. You can see that, like I said, they've already tried to take it up 3 times. And if the bulls fail to hold it here, then we can easily see this move back down into this range beneath it, and we can easily take out this low, and we'll possibly trade in this range right here. We'll possibly get a move going down into that range right here. And this is more likely where the bulls will come back in, and they will try to take price higher, which honestly, I think we can at least get this or possibly the bottom of this range. I can see this happening. However, if we get a breakout of this range, then I believe that we'll take out that high. And the reason why I say that we'll take out this high is because if the bulls can hold that area and begin to trade higher, they've taken out all this liquidity that's sitting beneath this low, and they're using this liquidity to push the market higher to take out this high. But if the bulls fail to find support here, then obviously we're going to take out the liquidity that's underneath this low. And we'll see the market trade lower, which in my opinion is more likely to happen. The next thing that's likely to happen tomorrow is that we'll get a range day again, where the market just rotates in this range in anticipation to what the CPI data releases states and what Jerome Powell is going to say at his 1:30 meeting. That's the next highest probable thing for the market to do tomorrow. The least probable thing the market is going to do is this move right here. I would really find it hard to believe the market begins to trade higher, taking out highs without officially knowing what the CPI data says, what the official rate decision will be, and what's Jerome Powell's thoughts on the CPI release that's going to be releasing early on Wednesday morning. I would find it hard to believe for the market to take out this high before then. However, the market has done crazier things. The market is trading on a lot of FOMO. As stated previously, there was a lot of people that trusted that the Fed was not going to pivot, and they missed out on that massive bull run. And because they believed the Fed was not going to pivot, not only did they miss out on that bull run, they tried to short it on the way up, losing a lot of money. And if I remember correctly, I remember hearing or reading something that states that everybody that made all that money during that bull run They quit working. Everybody stopped showing up to work because they made so much money on that bull run. And honestly, I really wouldn't be surprised if the powers that be did not like that. Because after that bull run, you can see that a lot of people are now fighting to get back into work. But this time around, there's not enough jobs going around. There's a lot of people getting laid off. So, but this is why I believe that the market is just trading this way, because what's the worst that can happen? If the market's wrong, they'll just sell out of their position. They've made their money. We've had this massive run up. They've made their money already. The worst that could happen is that Jerome Powell will not actually cut rates, and they'll just sell out of their positions. I mean, that's the worst that can happen at this point. But again, these are all my assumptions, obviously. So, but looking at the hourly chart, I do see that. Actually, just do this. Looking at the hourly chart, you can tell that the bulls definitely had control of this market for about 3 hours straight. And you can see that the bulls traded right back into this supply area. And that's when you've seen your first red candle down on the hourly chart right here. The bulls came back up for one more hour. And for 3 hours into the close, the bears was pushing price lower. I do see that the market did make this drop, this pop, this. Into this area of support. And then we got this pop higher. So we had 3 red candles in a row on the hourly chart. I do see this block of price action on the hourly chart right here. We got a breakout. They came back and retested this area. They came back in and then they failed and they broke it down. So if we get this low broken here at about 975 in that area, we can definitely see this low get taken out or at least retested. 941. Mm-hmm. $940. So 910. So about 910. Okay. If we do get price to sell off overnight, which, like I said, It's possibly the most highly likely thing to happen is for price to sell off. I do believe that the bulls will come back into this area about 920. Yeah, I can see that about 920, 926. $9.53, $9.53 to 926. Let me see. Hmm. From that 950, well, 955 to about 925, 920. I want to see how price reacts once it trades into this area. I mean, price could go further into this range right here. But I do believe that the bulls will try to at least hold this area up if price does begin to rotate down lower. I do think that this is what we'll see. They may be trying to protect this low at 940. We'll see. But if it goes down to 25, it'll probably, so if it does take out this low, 25 will be the last line of defense. And that 900 level will definitely be an area where we may see some initial reaction in that 990. So yeah, this will definitely be the last line of defense for the bulls right here. So this area right here would definitely be the last line of defense, because if we lose this, if the bears manage to trade through this area tomorrow, we'll definitely have a lot more room for downside. So this will definitely be an area that I'll be looking out for tomorrow. I would want to see if price will have a bullish reaction in this area if price begins to trade down overnight and possibly retest some higher structure. But we do know that the NQ is a level to level instrument. It is a level to level instrument, so yeah, it does seem that this 54 level, 55 level might actually be a decent level, because it does appear that there is a fill level here at 954. So that might actually be a level that they might come in at. They did bounce at this golden zone here at 99.40. Okay. So yeah, I would just keep my eyes, on this area down here. If price begins to grind overnight, this is where I expect to see at least a reaction. We can get a couple of points to the upside to retest some prior structure. Possibly back up to 19K. Probably 946 at the most. Probably somewhere in this range right here. We'll probably get this at the most. But we'll see what happens. We will definitely be looking at the Nasdaq tomorrow. We'll be definitely taking some more trades on the Nasdaq, so I'll be excited for that. Okay, so let's go over to the ES. Now the ES is obviously more easier to read. It is more structural when you trade her. Honestly, I kind of wish I was able to get in at this level right here, because I don't think that the ES will be trading higher. Looking at its structure right now, it does appear that the market will be beginning to rotate lower. It tapped right into this area of resistance right here. And from here, it does appear that it is about to grind lower. This looks like a strong high for right now. This looks like the shoulder pattern. It does look like the bulls are exhausted. And it's easily seen here on the hourly chart. But right now, it does appear that the bears are in control. However, you do have both the 21 and the 50 EMA pointed up to the upside inside the neutral trading range. Now on the ES, we don't trade the middle. You'll become liquidity regardless of which side of the market you try to trade on. Because this is where the market takes its liquidity. And smart traders, professional traders, are trading at its extremes. So let me see. So let me look at this going into tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that no more. Just do it. So there's definitely a couple of levels that I'm looking for here on the ES. I do want to see what price does if it trades down to this 350 level, 350 to 345 level. Probably, yeah, 350. And obviously here at this 340 level. And so if price trades back into this range right here, I do expect for buyers to take profits, or I'm sorry, sellers to take profits, and buyers to begin to start buying here around this 340 350 level to 348 level. So from 350 to 48, I do expect for market participants to participate here in this area. And I do expect for them to protect this low, at least for right now. 338. Yeah, I can definitely see them possibly retesting this 338 level. And I think this is probably where the bulls will come right back in and try to buy this up here. The bears will need to break this level. But even if they do break this level, I doubt that they'll take out this low right here at 330. I doubt that they take this out. But on the ES, it does look like it's about to roll over. It does look like it's about to make an expansion from this area. Okay. Okay, so I guess as a recap, let me just mark this out. And let's see. So I'm looking for a price to come back in here, probably at this 348 to 50 level. And I'm also looking for price to be somewhere here as well. So a couple of points above and below this range is where I think the market is trying to get to. And we'll possibly see the market react somewhere in this area right here. Like I said, I would have been in this short if I was able to get in this at this level and stay in this level, because this is a great short right here. This is a great short. But if there's a situation where the market does trade higher here on the ES, I am looking at two levels. I'm looking at 379 here at the top of this range, 379. All the way up here to 84, 83. This is where I'm looking for the market to, so if we do trade up higher, I don't expect for price to trade past here. I believe they're going to want to protect this high. So this is where I'll be looking at if price gets into this area for a short. But honestly, I think this right here might be the short. This may be the short right here. And it just sucks that it happened at the end of the day yesterday. So. Or in yesterday's session. But okay. But all right, guys, that's all I have for right now. We'll definitely go over these levels in tomorrow's stream. I appreciate those that joined, and we'll do this again at New York Open tomorrow. Just be prepared for either a slow, choppy day, or the market is just going to grind down. I do not believe the market trades higher tomorrow, but I mean, I guess anything is possible in today's market, but it's highly unlikely for that to happen. So my focus tomorrow is to be looking for price to trade to the downside. But all right, guys, I appreciate you guys joining, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Peace out.